Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hello, I'm Peter. This is my wife, Helen, and we're from Cheshire.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Max. This is my mate, Harry, and we're from Cardiff.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Connor. This is my housemate, Ellie, and we're from Birmingham.
And finally, couple number four.
Hello, my name's Dave, and this is my wife, Lisa, and we're both from Barnsley.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. Very warm welcome to the show. It's lovely to have you with us. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. Harder to work out than that knot in your shoulder. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our returning pairs, Max and Harry. We hardly saw you on the last one.
Hopefully we'll do a bit better this time.
I think so. Statistically, impossible to do worse. So that is something. That's something. But lovely to have you back. And Dave and Lisa, now in your customary place on podium 4, where you've been every time so far.
Yeah, we're going to make it the Dave-Lisa stand.
Oh, that's a nice idea. It feels, because you've done well on both shows as well, it feels like we've seen an awful lot of you. Yeah. Welcome to our two new pairs as well. How lovely to have you. How lovely to have you here.
Well, Alexis and Charlie got through to the final last time and didn't win the jackpot, so we're adding another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £2,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, remember, it is the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that will be eliminated, and there is no conferring until we get to the head-to-head round. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is 4-letter words. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many words formed by replacing a single letter of the word wine as they could. Richard?
Yeah, any word in the Chambers dictionary, please, that you can make by just replacing one of those letters with something else. You can replace any of the ones you want and leave the others where they are, but just replace one letter and find a word in the Chambers dictionary, please.
Thank you very much indeed. So that is where we are. Helen, welcome to the show. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I live in Delamere in Cheshire. I spent 30 years working in HR.
Does that mean you finished working in HR?
I kind of retired at the start of, I retired 2 years ago, and then somebody asked me to do some work during lockdown. So I'm back doing a little bit of work.
Just when you thought you'd got out.
Absolutely.
Oh, Helen. What sort of things do you like getting up to in your retirement when it happened?
I've got 2 dogs, 2 fox red Labradors. So I love going out walking in the forest because we live right next to the forest. So spend a lot of time in there with them.
Very nice. Now, Helen, what are you going to go for on our word round here?
I shall change the letter N for F and say wife.
Wife. Let's see how many of our 100 people said wife. Down to 8. 8 for wife. Very well done.
Yep, very nicely started. Yeah, wife as in a wife.
I get
as
it.
in a first wife or a third wife. Or your second wife, of course, would be your midwife.
Oh, yes. Very nice indeed. Thank you very much indeed. Richard. Harry, welcome back to the show. Tell us all about yourself.
So I'm originally from Devon. I'm a medical student at Cardiff. And in my spare time, I like going surfing in Wales and back home in Devon.
So where in Wales? Do you have to travel far from Cardiff to get a...
It's not actually that far. It's about half an hour, 40 minutes driving.
That's quite nice.
Yeah,
do you tend to go early in the morning? Do you get a good early surf in before it...
nice and early in the morning, normally.
Very nice. OK, Harry, what are you going to go for?
So I'm going to go for change a W for an F, so fine.
Fine, says Harry. Let's see how many of our 100 people said fine. Fine is right. That goes down to 51. 51 for fine.
Yeah, it can mean something good or something bad, if you think about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a parking fine would be bad, even though it's called a fine.
That's a
so what's that about? What a language we have.
Yeah.
Absolutely extraordinary.
Terrible. Extraordinary.
Although I suppose that even a parking fine is good for someone, like the recipient of the money.
Of the funds, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess it's named by the person who is getting the money rather than the person paying the money, so I suppose that's why it's called a fine.
I suppose, it's a fine.
I'm surprised it's not called an amazing.
It's called an OK. And I can really get away with this. That's what it's called. Thank you very much indeed. OK, Connor.
Hello.
Welcome to Pointers. Tell us all about yourself.
So I'm a student. I'm currently studying for a master's at the University of Birmingham in literature and culture.
Very good indeed. And what are your interests, Connor?
So I'm quite sort of interested in sort of theatre and performance. I think that's where I'd sort of put myself. I did do an undergraduate degree in politics as well. So I've sort of got an interest in all the sort of political goings-on as well. Plenty of those.
Very good. OK, now, Connor, what are you going to go for?
I was sort of torn between whether sort of easing myself in gently or going out on a limb. But I think I'm going to sort of go for the slightly easier one. I'm going to change the I to an A, go for Wayne.
Wayne. Wayne. Very good. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Wayne. That goes down to 27. 27 for Wayne.
Yeah, to decrease in size or power, like Wayne Rooney towards the end of his career.
Indeed.
That's where it comes from.
Yes. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Dave. Dave, welcome back. This is your third shot at getting that pointless jackpot. Tell us more about yourself, Dave.
Part of my driver training is I deliver speed awareness courses.
Oh, you do that as well?
I do.
Oh.
Everyone thinks we're in for a telling off, but we're here to help.
Of course you are. And also to have a little bit of fun at the expense of anyone
Absolutely.
who perhaps appears on daytime television.
Yeah, a bit of
who is
ribbing.
in your... Yeah. Yeah. Where do you do that?
All over the country, mainly North Yorkshire, South Yorkshire, West Yorkshire.
How long does it take you to drive between the two?
I can do it in 10.
Dave, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to change the E to a K and make it wink.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's just see how many of our 100 people said wink. That goes down to 14. 14 for wink.
Yeah, the first time that someone used wink as in to sort of give a little sign was at 1100.
Wow.
Do you know what a double wink is?
A blink.
Correct.
OK, phew. But that presumably means someone therefore wrote it down. Someone wrote down with a bit of ink on a bit of
Yes,
bit of vellum, bit of paper.
exactly.
Said,
Yeah, he winked his affirmation or something.
Winked. Interesting. Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 8 was the best score of the pass, Helen. Very well done indeed. With wife. 14, which is where we find Dave and Lisa. Then to 27, where we've got Connor and Ellie. Then up to 51, Max and Harry, a little bit ahead there. Good luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Lisa, welcome back for your third appearance. Tell us a bit more about yourself.
OK, so when I'm not working or studying, then we enjoy going to comedy, live comedy shows.
Who have you been to see? What was the last live show you saw?
Jason Manford, I think. But we've seen a lot of the people that are on TV, we've seen live, and we like going to the Comedy Store in Manchester as well. So I've seen a lot of up-and-coming comedians.
Excellent. Now, Lisa, 14 is your score at the moment. What are you going to go for?
OK, I'm going to replace the E with S, wins.
Wins. Let's see how many of our 100 people said wins. Here's your red line. Wins is right. And you are through. Very well done indeed. 25, taking your total up to 39.
Well played, Lisa. Yeah, the plural of win. I don't know if you need me to tell you that, but that's what it is. I'll tell you what, Jason Manford puts on a good show, doesn't he? Oh, just brilliant. I saw his last show at, down in London. I mean, that's just the whole place in the palm of his hand, doesn't he? Terrific. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Ellie.
Hi.
Ellie, we come to you. Welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
I am a fourth-year student studying at the University of Birmingham with Connor. I study classics and modern languages, so that's quite fun.
What languages particularly are you studying?
OK, so Spanish. I finished Portuguese last year.
Done.
Yeah,
Latin,
Rung it
finished
out.
it last year.
Yeah,
I spent like half of my life learning
Yeah.
Latin. It's time to,
Time
take
to
it back.
move on. Put the Latin behind you.
Ancient Egyptian, Italian,
Oh,
and
no, hang
ancient
on.
Greek.
OK, ancient Egyptian.
It is just pictures, though.
This is all Ptolemaic hieroglyphs.
This is the thing, like, I went back. I'm looking at a letter and it's a snake, and I'm like...
OK, interesting. Now, you're on 27.
Yeah.
What are you going to go for? 23 or less is your
All
target.
right. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, changing the W to a Z to say zine. Zine, zine.
Zine. Zine. Oh, this is an exciting
I don't know
limb.
if it's standardised yet.
Oh, yet. OK. Oh, we're right at the cutting edge with zine. I mean, if you haven't heard of it, it's your fault. Here is your red line. Let's see if we can get below that with zine. I hope so. Zine is right. And you're through. Oh, it goes down to 1. I'm sorry it's not pointless. I think that deserved to be pointless. Anyway, that takes your total up to 28. Well done.
Very well played, Ellie. Terrific answer. You can tell that Ellie is smart because when she said, I'm going to go out on a limb and looked at Connor, Connor was like, yeah. Like, absolutely no fear at all. It's like he's seen it a million times before. Yeah, zine, it's like magazine, essentially, or fanzine. It's just a word for that.
I see.
If you do Scrabble or Boggle or anything, zine is you play almost endlessly. So lots of Scrabble players would have been applauding that one.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Max, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Max.
So I'm a medical student at Cardiff Uni, and in my spare time I love playing football. Play for the Cardiff Medics football team.
How are the Cardiff Medics doing?
We're actually the most successful medical football team in the country.
In the world, I thought you were about to say.
Country.
In the world.
Yeah, winning an AMS Cup.
Good going. Now, Max, about this score, 51. We need to take that up as little as we possibly can. What are you going to go for?
I think I'm going to replace the N with an S. Wise.
Wise. Well, listen, it worked for wife.
Yeah.
Let's hope it works for wise. How many of our 100 people said wise? There's no red line for you as you're the high scorers. Wise is right. 21 is what that scores you, taking your total up to 72.
Showing intelligence or good judgment. You know wise.
Yeah, I know wise. I know of it.
But also it can mean like kind of otherwise or counterwise, though I wouldn't know how to explain what that is.
Yeah, in relation to... No, I don't know.
Something or other, isn't it?
Like,
I'm not wise enough to know.
Oh, I'm sure you are. We're just up against...
Listen, I'm clever. I'm no Ellie, but I'm clever.
Yeah. There we go. Thank you. Now, Peter, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
I spent much of my early childhood in South Africa. All my working life I spent in IT, but I am now retired.
IT, that's a country I haven't heard of. Right, and now you're retired.
We pronounce it Haiti.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
There we go. What thrills you these days, Peter?
I play a lot more golf than I used to when I was working, and I'm an avid Manchester United supporter.
Very good. OK, you're on 8. 63 or less gets you through. What are you going to go for?
I think I'm going to go with the trend of replacing the N, and I'll go for wire.
Wire, says Peter. Let's see how many of our 100 people said wire. There's your red line. Very well done. Gets you through. Down that goes to 14, taking your total up to 22.
Very nicely done. Let's take a look, shall we? So I'll take you through some of the low scorers first.
Can I try it?
Yeah, of course you can.
Well, I mean, my first... I've got 2.
OK.
Which is not really fair, but there we go.
But that's all right, because you don't get knocked out.
Kine with a K.
Kine with a K.
But then changing the first letter, I don't think, is as good value as changing a third letter.
1 point for Kine with a K.
OK, so while, as in W-I.
Oh, as in someone has wiles.
Yeah.
While would have scored you 6 points.
Oh, well, let's stick with Kine.
Yeah, Kine is good, but both good. Bine would have scored you 4. Wive, W-I-V-E, would have scored you 4 points. Cinny, that would have scored 3 points. Rhine, R-I-N-E, is a word. Well done if you said that. 3 points for that. White, W-I-T-E, 3 points. Wino would have scored you 1 point. W-I-N-O. And here are the pointless answers. There's 5 of them. N-A, which comes from French but is in the English dictionary, would have been a pointless answer. Edward Einer. Weiss is a pointless answer. I won't go through what all these mean. Win and whiny as well, without the H, is an acceptable spelling. So very well done if you said any of those.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So that brings us to the end of our first round, and it means, oh, Max and Harry, I can't bear this. This must not become a habit. But I'm afraid it's the second round one. We've had to say goodbye to you at the end of. I'm sure there's a nicer way of saying that. But thank you so much for playing, Max and Harry. We'll see you again next time when, let's hope, you'll be carried through to the final. So, yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you then. Max and Harry. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. And there we are, down to 3 pairs. Very well done, everybody. Ellie, you were our lowest scorer individually there, so hats off to you. But best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 this afternoon is landmarks. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second?
I'll go first.
And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns world landmarks in haiku. Richard.
Yeah, Xander's going to read out 6 haikus on each board, each of which will give you a clue to a world landmark. But what landmark, please? 6 on the way up, 6 on the way back. Very good luck at home.
Thank you very much indeed. So, we are looking for the famous landmarks described by these haikus, and we have got... A gift from the French stands on a New York island. She's holding a torch. Built by Shah Jahan, white marble mausoleum for his dear late wife. Utzon's creation. See it from the Harbour Bridge. That's in New South Wales. A clock in London, Elizabeth Tower, is its official name. Doric colonnades, high on the Acropolis, Athena's temple, and colourful domes on this cathedral on Red Square near Moscow's Kremlin. There we are. Helen.
I think I know 2 or 3, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'll probably go for the most obvious one, which is the first one, which is the Statue of Liberty.
OK, Statue of Liberty for the top one. It says Helen. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. Statue of Liberty. Statue of Liberty is right. That goes down to 72.
Yeah, 46 metres high and 225 tonnes. That's nothing.
I mean, why would you bother weighing it?
Well, they would have weighed it in the. They wouldn't have weighed it like when it's on the island. Going, I wonder how much that weighs.
Yeah, every
but
morning.
In the construction process, they would have weighed the individual components of it, because if you've ever done any engineering, it's quite important how much things weigh. Yeah.
Thank you.
OK.
Thank you. Ellie.
Hello.
What are you going to go for?
Oh, see, this is not my strong point. I think I'm going to go for the Doric colonnades one. I think it could be the Parthenon. I'm going to go with Parthenon.
The Parthenon?
Yeah.
Shall we find out? Is it the Parthenon for the Doric colonnades? Doric colonnades is right. That goes down to 9. Very well done indeed. 9 for Doric colonnades.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to get that wrong as a classic student, would you? Yeah, built in the 5th century BCE, the Parthenon. Took 9 years. You can see, even though, you know,
you can see
they didn't even paint it.
Every minute of that was well spent.
Yeah,
time well spent.
There
Good.
we go.
Thank you very much. Now, Lisa.
Yeah.
This is all yours, this board. If you want to go and fill in all those blanks, you're very welcome.
OK, so I think the second one down is the Taj Mahal.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney Opera House is the third one. I'm not sure on that fourth one, because I'm not sure if it's Big Ben or the Tower of London. I don't know. My mind's gone blank. And the Moscow one I'm not 100% sure on. So I'm going to go for the Taj Mahal.
OK, you're going to go for the Taj Mahal for the second one down. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is absolutely right. That goes down to 27. 27 for the Taj Mahal.
Well played, Lisa. The lowest scorer of the ones you knew, actually, because you're quite right about the Sydney Opera House, but that would have scored you 30 points. You're quite right about Big Ben as well, but that was a big scorer, would have scored 79. And do you know this last one?
It's... I'm trying to think what this... St...
Yeah.
I want to say St. Peter's Cathedral. Is it St. Peter's Cathedral?
No, but people will say that, I suspect. St. Basil's.
St. Basil's.
St. Basil's. That would have scored you 10 points. So Parthenon, Ellie, best answer on the board. Well played.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 9, the best score. Very well done, Ellie. This is becoming a habit, I think. 27 is where we find David and Lisa, and then 72, Peter and Helen. So, Peter, you've got a little bit of a mountain to climb in the next pass, but if anyone can do it, Peter, you can. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more haikus up on the board, and here they are. Wrought iron structure, once the tallest in the world, proud symbol of France. In South Dakota, the heads of 4 presidents carved into the rock. Colossal statue atop Mount Corvocado overlooks Rio. Barcelona church, construction ongoing since 1882. A stone Gothic bridge on the Vltava River, it's lined with statues, and a lion's body and the head of a human in Giza, Egypt. There we go. Dave.
Right, there's a couple that are risky. I'm not going to take those. I'm going to go for the second one down and say Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore for the South Dakota one. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. Mount Rushmore. There's your red line. Mount Rushmore is right. Look at that, down to 28. 28 takes your total up to 55.
It was originally going to be the statues of four, or the faces of four heroes of the Wild West, so Buffalo Bill Cody and people like that, and it was the idea was changed. But Mount Rushmore was named after a New York lawyer, and so he just had this mountain named after him, which was sort of a slightly obscure Dakotan mountain, and now possibly one of the most famous mountains in the world.
Extraordinary.
It's a stroke of luck, wasn't it?
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Connor, you are on 9. You have to score 62 or less.
Okay. I'm going to go for the third one down, which I think is a statue of Christ the Redeemer, Rio.
In Rio. OK, Christ the Redeemer says, Connor, here is your red line. Can you get below that with Christ the Redeemer? Christ the Redeemer is right, and you are through to the next round. 19 takes your total up to 28.
30 metres tall, that.
How much does it
28-metre wingspan. I don't know how much it weighs.
Right.
See, but that's because they built it in place. So they didn't really need to know how much it weighed.
You're quite right.
Because they didn't need to transport it.
Yeah.
It's made of concrete. I mean, much, much, much more than the Statue of Liberty. Like over 1,000 tonnes, I would guess.
Interesting.
I don't know, though.
Excellent, thank you.
Can't confirm.
No.
Any concrete engineers watching, please let us know what you reckon.
Yeah.
Some of them may even know.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. OK, now, Peter, I'm afraid you are our high scorers. But doesn't stop you having your moment in the sun. Do you want to fill in our blanks for us here?
I'm struggling. Obviously, the top one is the Eiffel Tower, I presume. I can't remember the Barcelona church. I should know that, and whether the bottom one's a Sphinx or not doesn't sound right, but I'll go for that anyway. Sphinx for the bottom one.
OK, Sphinx for the bottom one, says Peter. No red line. You're the high scorers. How many people said Sphinx? Sphinx is right. And that goes down to 43. That takes your total up to 115.
Yeah, well played. Nice end to the round. That's from 2500 BCE, the Sphinx. The face is supposedly King Khafre. Again, that's someone else. Imagine if he knew that he was still going to be on a quiz show.
Yeah, he'd have shaved.
Like 40, yeah, wouldn't he just? And I've got the body of a what now? Let's fill the rest of these in, shall we? You're quite right about the Eiffel Tower up the top there. Would have scored you 71, the Barcelona church.
The Sagrada Familia.
Yeah, Sagrada Familia. Would have scored you 11. And do you know this one?
Charles Bridge, yes.
Yes,
The Volta, no.
Charles Bridge in Prague. Would have scored you 1 point. Very well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And that brings us to the end of our second round, which means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs, Peter and Helen. I'm afraid it is you. We will see you again next time, though. We'll look forward to that very much indeed. Meantime, thank you very much, Peter and Helen. But for the remaining two pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Connor and Ellie, Dave and Lisa. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £2,000. But before we play the head-to-head, shall we see if we can't boost that jackpot a bit by finding a couple of pointless answers? Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Finches as they could. Richard.
That reminds me, do you remember one of our most famous ever head-to-head rounds, which was
Tits and Finches?
Yeah. And God bless you, you are very good, because I kept saying, I'm a Finch man, how about you? And you refused to take the bait. You knew you couldn't at tea time. What a professional you are. Yeah, we're going to put the names of 6 Finches up here. 4 of them are real Finches, 2 of them are fakes, and 2 of the real Finches are pointless answers, 250 quid, if you can find one of them.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So we are looking for the pointless Finches amongst these, and we have got Siskin, Serin, Twite, Peckfinch, Linnet, Wheatfinch. There we are, Connor and Ellie.
I'm flying a little bit blind here as well. I know that linnet is a bird, but I don't know if it's a finch.
I'm just saying.
No, green, because there's a song called like Greenfinch and Linnet Bird or something. But
Yeah.
so I don't think linnet is a finch. But apart from that, it's really just stab in the dark. Let's go for Siskin.
Siskin. Let's see if Siskin is a pointless finch. Siskin is a finch. Down it goes to 4. 4 for Siskin. Dave and Lisa, what are you thinking?
Yeah, we're going to pump for Twite.
Twite. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Twite. Is it a pointless finch? Twite is right. Oh, it goes down to 1. Bad luck. Well, you found 2 correct finches, so that's a good thing.
Yes, so there's still 2 pointless answers out there. I'll tell you something that isn't a pointless answer. Peck Finch. Gregory Peck plays Atticus Finch, of course, in To Kill a Mockingbird. So that was an incorrect answer. I'll tell you one that is a pointless answer. Linnet.
Linnet, of course.
Is a finch. So my old man said, follow the van. Cock linnet in a cage. So of these other two, we know there's an incorrect answer and there is a pointless answer. What do you reckon?
Well, I mean, wheat finch. I could go either way. Do you think they're... is that a double bluff? I mean, wheat finch surely is a finch.
So you think wheat finch is a pointless answer? Well, listen, we separate the wheat from the chaff, don't we? We know there's a chaffinch. So there is not a wheat finch, I'm afraid. It's incorrect. So serin is the other pointless answer.
And there we are, serin. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, bad luck, we didn't find any pointless answers. But listen, we're none the worse off for that. Let's play the head-to-head. Now, the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot, and you are now allowed to confer, which is great. Here comes your first question, and it is all about sporty Liverpudlians. Richard.
Yep, 5 pictures now of sports people who were born in or around Liverpool. Who are they, please?
Thank you very much. Let's reveal our 5 sporty Liverpudlians, and here they come. We have got A, B, C, D, and E. There we are, 5 sporting Liverpudlians. Connor and Ellie, you're our golden couple, so you get to go first. Who are you going to go for?
Yeah, I know 2 of them, which I fear will probably be the 2 high scorers on the board, but I think I'm going to have to go for A, Matt Dawson.
Matt Dawson, say Connor and Ellie for A. Dave and Lisa. Do you want to talk us through those other Liverpudlians?
So B, Stephen Gerrard.
Yeah.
Don't know C. We should know D because we've seen her on, we think, Celeb.
I'm a Celeb, yeah.
But E's John Parrott, and that's what we're going to go for.
John Parrott. So we have Matt Dawson and John Parrott. Connor and Ellie have gone for Matt Dawson. Let's see how many of our 100 said that for A, Matt Dawson. Matt Dawson is right. And that takes you down to 27. Very well done. Dave and Lisa, meanwhile, have gone for John Parrott for E. Let's see how many of our 100 people said John Parrott. John Parrott is right. Oh, there we are, 32 for John Parrott. And it means, very well done indeed, Connor and Ellie. After 1 question, you're up 1-0.
B, Stephen Gerrard is a big scorer. 67 points for Stephen Gerrard. D, yeah, familiar face. Very well done at home. If you said Sam Quek, this would have scored you 6 points. Now, C is a pointless answer. It's a famous sports person. Now, this person, if you add a B to my name, his name is an exact anagram of mine, and it's Chris Boardman, the cyclist. Very well done if you said that, Chris Boardman.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, here comes your second question. David and Lisa, you get to answer it first, but you have to win it to stay in the game, so good luck. Our second question is all about winter wear. Richard.
Yeah, 5 descriptions now of common items. They each have some sort of winter wear in their name.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, let's reveal our 5 clues, and here they come. The sister of Moppet and Tom Kitten in Beatrix Potter's The Tale of Tom Kitten. A recess with a flap in the dashboard of a motor vehicle used for storing small items. Swedish band who collaborated with Tom Jones on the 1999 single Burning Down the House. Legendary item at Colchis, which Jason and the Argonauts sailed to retrieve. And the largest of the Channel Islands. There we go. Dave and Lisa, you go first.
OK.
It's either number 2 or number 5.
And what's that?
That's Jersey.
OK, so which do you want to go for? Go for glove box.
OK.
OK, we'll go for the second one down, glove box.
OK, glove box, say Dave and Lisa. Now, Connor and Ellie, do you want to talk us through the board?
I've got, I know 2 of the remaining ones. So the top one, I don't think we know, do we? And similarly with the Swedish band, the penultimate one is Golden Fleece, I think. and the bottom one is jersey. I'd be inclined to go for jersey. Oh, you want to go for fleece? You want to go for? Okay, we're going to go for the golden fleece.
The golden fleece. So, glove compartment and golden fleece. Dave and Lisa went for glove compartment or glove box. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. It's right. 48 is what that scores. Connor and Ellie, meanwhile, have gone for the golden fleece. Let's see if that is right for the Jason and the Argonauts one. Golden fleece is right. That goes down to 50. Oh! Very nearly, but well done. Dave and Lisa back in the game. After 2 questions, it's 1-1.
Oh, yeah, I would have thought that golden fleece would beat glove compartment, but very well done. Nicely done. Yeah, glove box, glove compartment. We accepted both from our 100. Do you know the sister of Moppet and Tom Kitten?
I don't know.
Mittens is the answer. Mittens would have scored you 8 points. The bottom one, you were right to go for the golden fleece instead of the Channel Islands. It scored slightly more. It is jersey. Would have scored you 55. And the best answer on the board, the band?
It's the Cardigans.
The Cardigans, absolutely. Would have scored 5 points. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, here comes your third question. This is the decider. Whoever wins this one goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. Our third question is all about Cole Porter songs. Richard.
Yeah, the titles are 5 Cole Porter songs now, but we've removed 1 word from each of the titles. Can you give us the most obscure blank, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 Cole Porter songs with missing words. And we have got Too Darn Blank, I Get a Blank Out of You, I Love Blank, Brush Up Your Blank, and I've Got You Under My Blank. Now, Connor and Ellie, you go first.
The first one is Too Darn Hot.
Yeah, I've got 3. Too darn hot. I've got you under my skin, and I get a kick out of you.
Yeah.
I think it's kick. I think
It is, because anything goes.
What do you think?
I'm not sure which one to go for. Should we say?
I was going to say kick.
Yeah, let's just go for that.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to go for the second one. I get a kick out of you.
I get a kick out of you. Kick, say Connor and Ellie. Now, Dave and Lisa, do you want to talk us through that board?
No. We only know 2 for definite.
One's gone.
One's gone, so we'll go for the bottom one. I've Got You Under My Skin.
Skin. So it's kick versus skin. Connor and Ellie have gone for kick. I get a kick out of you. Let's see how many of our 100 said kick. Kick is right. That goes down to 77. Meanwhile, Dave and Lisa have gone for I've Got You Under My Skin. Let's see how many of our 100 people said skin. Skin is right. 88 for skin. Which means, well done, Connor and Ellie. After 3 questions, you're through to the final 2-1.
He wrote some famous songs, didn't he? Cole Porter, blimey. One of our 100 said, I Got You Under My Arm, which is a different song. Too Darn
Hot.
Hot, yep, from Kiss Me Kate. Would have scored you 41. Now, Brush Up Your is also from Kiss Me
Shakespeare.
Kate. Shakespeare, Brush Up Your Shakespeare. Would have scored 10. The best answer, careful, everybody. I Love
Paris.
I Love Paris, absolutely. Well done. And that would have scored 3 points.
Thank you very much indeed. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid it's Dave and Lisa. Oh, This is where we say a final goodbye. I'm so sorry. It's been great having you on the show. Thank you so much for coming to play. You've played very well, though. Dave and Lisa. But for Connor and Ellie, it is now time for the Pointless Final. Congratulations, Connor and Ellie. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless Trophy. You now have a chance to win the Pointless Jackpot. At the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £2,000. There we are. Well, very well done indeed. This is the second show on the trot that we've had people on just for 1 appearance, and they've gone straight through to the final. What would you like to see come up in this last round?
Gosh.
I think, yeah, I mean, it was sort of, in the previous round, it came up slightly, so musicals maybe, musical theatre.
Yeah. Bit of geography, depending.
Yeah, I mean, there are questions that could come up, and it's like, if it, like geography, it's like, if it's the right geography question, it could be very good. Or I think for me as well, maybe the right football question or the right rugby union question. But, yeah.
Well, as always, you get to choose from the 4 we put up on the board, and today's 4 are Prime Suspect, the 1980s and 2000s, Charlie Chaplin, and American Basketball.
Okay,
What are you thinking?
We were alive for the 2000s.
Yeah, so that immediately is what my eyes.
That's immediately what I was drawn to.
My brother could nail American Basketball. I cannot.
But, yeah.
So I think it has to be 1980s and 2000s.
Yeah, let's take a punt. 1980s and 2000s.
1980s and 2000s it is.
We were alive in the 2000s as well, weren't we?
Yeah, and vaguely in the 80s.
We genuinely were. Three very different questions here. You've asked for a little bit of football. There might be a little bit of football right now. We're looking for any of the following things, please. Any football team who played in the English top flight in the 1980s and the 2000s, please. So any team that was in the top flight in both of those decades, please. We are looking for any act that had UK #1 albums in the 1980s and the 2000s, according to the official charts company. Or we are looking for any cabinet member in the UK government in the 2000s who were MPs during the 1980s. So we're looking for people who kind of span two eras, essentially. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yes.
As ever will be.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK, if I remember correctly, it's an obscure top-flight football team in the 2000s. I think Portsmouth. I have no idea if they were in the 80s, but I maybe go for that.
In terms of acts, Michael Jackson didn't die till 2009.
OK.
So he definitely 1980s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure who was #1. MPs?
MPs.
I haven't got that far in the crown yet.
In the 1980s, maybe. OK, so Portsmouth. Who else? Portsmouth. Can you think of any more acts?
I'm thinking,
Michael Jackson. Yeah.
I'm more 90s, so...
Yeah, but it's they sometimes bleed over, so...
Which one, though?
And...
10 seconds left.
Okay, Portsmouth. I should know more MPs, OK.
OK, that is your time up. I'm afraid. What 3 answers can you give me?
OK, so for football teams, the English top flight, it's a bit of a punt. We're going for Portsmouth.
Portsmouth.
For UK #1 albums, what do you think?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, OK.
And we need a third one.
Cabinet
members. William Hague?
William Hague.
OK, William Hague. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
It's hard to tell, but if it's correct, I'd say Portsmouth.
OK, Portsmouth will put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, then William Hague will pop into the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got Michael Jackson, William Hague, and Portsmouth. Well, what would you do if you won £2,000? What would you like to do with that?
Return. I've been to America a couple of times. I'd quite like to go back to the States, maybe do a little bit of a bit of a personal project that I've been thinking about. So I think maybe I'd investigate that a bit more.
Very exciting.
Wonder what that is.
I know, we'll never know.
Well, I guess we'll never find it. We
not
could ask,
until
but...
Connor is king of the world.
Oh, and then we'll be like, he said it. He said he was going to do it.
He did say.
He warned us.
Yeah.
And we didn't ask. We weren't interested enough. We just didn't ask.
I'm happy to elaborate,
Can you do it really quickly?
Yeah, I think so. So basically, I've discovered that there's a bit of really interesting local history that managed somehow to make its way into the archives in Los Angeles. So I'd like to investigate how it got there.
Oh,
that's exciting.
That sounds like the sort of documentary you would present.
I probably will.
On BBC One.
I probably will.
Well, that'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Ellie, how about you?
Ooh, I'd probably go on an absolute mad one and buy loads of artisanal tea.
Oh, right. Oh,
Yeah.
what a great thing to say. Do you have a favourite artisanal tea?
Okay, so that's like picking a favourite child, I'm told.
OK. Broadly, do you like the China tea?
I love an oolong base. A nice oolong, 2 p.m,
Sunset
85 degrees
oolong.
Celsius,
Oh.
3 to 4 minutes brewed, take it out.
Got it.
That sounds like another documentary you could do for the BBC.
Exactly. Right, done. Brilliant. OK, well, very, very best of luck. 3 good answers here. Michael Jackson's your first answer. In this case, we're looking for acts that had UK #1 albums in the 80s and the 2000s. Let's see how many of our 100 said Michael Jackson. Is it pointless for £2,000? It's right. Michael Jackson just has to take us all the way down to 0 now. And you will be leaving here with £2,000. Down we go through the teens. Into single, to 9. 9 for Michael Jackson. Let's hope nobody said your next answer, which was William Hague. We're now looking for cabinet members from the 2000s who were MPs in the 80s. Let's see how many of our 100 said William Hague. Is it right? Is it pointless for £2,000? Oh, bad luck.
My bad.
Not William Hague. Which means we turn to your third and final answer, which was Portsmouth. Now then, Portsmouth, we're looking for football teams in the English top flight in the 80s and the 2000s. You weren't really sure of this one, because Portsmouth, you knew were in the top flight in the 80s.
Yeah, I knew they were. I was pretty sure. I remembered I had a sticker book of Premier League teams when I was quite young. I'm pretty sure Portsmouth were in there. So it's just, and I don't think they've been back since. So it's whether or not they were in the top flight in the 80s. So a bit of a punt.
OK, well, let's find out. How many of our 100 people said Portsmouth? Is it right for £2,000? Is it pointless? It's right. It's right. That's what we're all hinging on, surely. Well, your first answer was right. Michael Jackson took us down to 9. William Hague was incorrect. Portsmouth takes us down, passing 9. Still going down, still going down. You've done it! Very well done indeed. Oh. Well, that's tremendous.
I'm going to get so much tea.
Oh, so much tea. So artifacts in local libraries ending up in Los Angeles. I mean, it's just too exciting for words. Congratulations, Portsmouth was a pointless answer, which means you are taking home today's jackpot of £2,000.
Brilliantly done. Congratulations. That's the Panini Sticker Annual strikes again. Very nicely done.
Indeed.
Other sticker annuals are available. Now, 3 very different questions here, so people at home I know will specialise on one or the other. I will just let you get on with celebrating while I take people at home through the pointless answers in the different categories. We'll start with those football teams. 9 pointless answers here. Football fans, you could have had Bolton Wanderers, Middlesbrough. There's Portsmouth, which is just won the money here. Sunderland, also Derby County, Ipswich Town, Stoke City, Watford and Wimbledon. All of those are pointless. Very well done if you said any of those. You'd have got 1 point there for Birmingham City, Crystal Palace, Charlton Athletic, Norwich City or Sheffield Wednesday. Now, acts that had UK #1 albums in the 80s and the 2000s. Quite hard to work out acts who who went across those 2 decades. But there's a few here. AC/DC, Bruce Springsteen, has had #1 albums in every decade from the 80s onwards. The Police, Whitney Houston. Also, you could have had Barbara Streisand. Sting as well would have been a pointless answer. So the Police and Sting, both pointless answers. Madonna, the highest scorer there. 1 point for Bon Jovi, if you want to fancy any of the one-pointers. Now, those cabinet ministers, all Labour, because it was the 2000s. William Hague was an MP in the 80s and a cabinet minister in 2010, so very, very close to being a correct answer. But all Labour, and they are Alistair Darling, Harriet Harman, Jack Straw, Margaret Beckett. You could have had Anne Taylor, Andrew Smith as well, Hilary Armstrong, one of yours. Ian McCartney. You could have had Mo Modem, Nick Brown, Paul Boateng, Paul Murphy and Robin Cook. Very well done if you said any of those at home. Congratulations in the studio.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard, and thanks once again to our winning players, Connor and Ellie, who are taking away today's jackpot of £2,000. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.